Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of 91 Days episode 11, All for Nothing, and this was beyond incredible. I feel like next week has to be the finale. We have got to be moving into the finale. But either way, I have my notes in front of me and I'm going to be using them a lot, so if you see me reading off of them, it's only because I don't have as much time as I normally do for the review, and I don't feel like editing very much, so I want to just, if I forget where I'm going with a statement, just look at my notes and keep going so that I can just get through it all in one shot. So I hope you guys don't mind. I doubt it'll be distracting. I mean, I'm still getting out the same thoughts pretty much, but I'm sorry, I just don't have much time for the review and everything and the editing, so I'm just gonna go through and give my thoughts on it, and man was it incredible. At the beginning we do see that the Galacias forgave the stuff with Ronaldo, and they talk about the underboss Strega, who is the Don's nephew and Ronaldo's cousin. Then Don Galacia comes to meet with Nero, and Strega is there too. So is Angelo with Nero, as almost usual. Vince and Del Toro arrive, and Vince is coughing up blood. Then, back outside, the Galacias try to recruit Angelo. So interesting stuff already working there. Interesting stuff, of course, in the works in general going into the episode. Angelo and Gonzo then discuss the assassination plot at this bar, and Angelo makes Gonzo sign the letter that he sent, or at least put his name on the letter that he sent. So we find out from him that Vincent killed Testa because Testa found out about the collusion with the Galacias, and Vincent didn't want the Galacias to swallow up the Venetti family. And again, they have told us about as much before, I believe, where he was just trying to do it to protect the family name and keep them from getting absorbed by the Galacias. But then we find out that Gonzo is actually planning with Strega to unite the families. Barbaro tells Nero that he wants to remove Angelo from security at the opening for the Playhouse. Nero sees Vincent and in his bed, and he's pretty much dying at this point. And he says that he actually regrets killing, or he pretty much says he regrets killing Testa to protect the family name, but he thought it's what he had to do, but now it's seeming like it might have been pointless, it might have been all for nothing, and that the Galacias are going to swallow them up anyway, so maybe he just shouldn't have killed Testa, because Testa was his best friend. So interesting enough that everyone is throwing out that they're saying that they were Testa's best friend, you know, it's kind of a little strange. Then we get to Angelo is actually talking to Corteo in his room, so we see that Angelo is just in a very, very big downward spiral after killing Corteo. The next day at the Playhouse opening, Vincent arrives at the Playhouse. Barbaro's watching Angelo really carefully. Don Galacia then arrives as well. Vincent discusses his dream of building the Playhouse to Gonzo. Angelo is still seeing Corteo as the play starts, and the Galacia guys actually stab Del Toro, and Del Toro is such a freaking beast. He just takes them the hell out. And then Angelo kills Del Toro, or at least seemingly kills Del Toro, but he's caught by Barbaro and Tigre. Then, once he's caught by them, he gives the letter to Barbaro, who gets Tigre to go to Gonzo and bring Gonzo back, and Gonzo sends Tigre away. Then Gonzo freaking blows Barbaro away, and that is one of my favorite deaths so far in the series. Just the way he just got blown to the side, it was incredible. Not as good, of course, as Fongo's death. Everything Fongo did was the best, but I really freaking loved it. So yeah, going through that. Then Nero and Tigre actually find Gonzo alone down there, and then Strega shows up, of course alone with the body of Barbaro, but then Strega shows up, and Gonzo actually tricks Nero into running off alone, or at least it seems like he tricks him by what he says, kind of leads him to run off like by playing with his emotions, run off to the opposite side of the theater and sort of makes sure that he isn't going to interrupt what Angelo has to do. Well, then once he tricks Nero into running away, the Angelo shows up at the door with the two Dons, and Don Galassia actually opens the door, and Gonzo and Strega are watching what's going down. But Angelo shoots Galassia, which makes Strega kill Gonzo, which was absolutely incredible. And Strega orders the slaughter of the Venettis, and the music was incredible. This scene was just amazing. Then Vincent dies in Nero's arms during all the chaos, and we end up, after the credits, we see Strega finding Angelo in an alley. And that is it for the summary of this episode, and holy crap was it amazing. Honestly, in my opinion, this may have been the best episode so far. I thought the episode with Corteo's downward spiral and the killing of Fango was amazing. I also thought the episode was amazing with Frate's downward spiral and both Ronaldo and Frate's deaths. That was a great episode as well. So all of that was really, really good. So beyond incredible, because I thought it was really unpredictable. I didn't see the stuff going with Angelo getting Gonzo killed. I mean, I said before, and I think last week's review, that I was pretty sure he was going to kill Gonzo as well, but to do it like this was pretty unpredictable and just great. I thought it was really emotional and intense as well throughout. There were a lot of great scenes, like the scene between Nero and Vincent at the bed I thought was really good. Of course, the entire climax of the thing was really great. Having Angelo shoot Don Galassia was great. All of that worked out really, really awesomely. But I also thought it was really heavy. Just so many important characters dying in that way was really, really good. The animation was great, especially all the action sequences were really, really good. I thought something as well on the scene with Vincent in the bed was really great too, because they showed the scar on his hand, and I thought that was a really nice touch for the moment and what they were going for emotionally. And the best part of this, other than the story of course, like the best part production wise to me was the music. The music was absolutely incredible. The music at the end was genius, and the music again with that scene of them at the bed was also amazing. So overall, this is as perfect as an episode can be. There is absolutely nothing to complain about. Everything production-wise was beyond amazing, and also everything story-wise was again beyond amazing. So, I'm gonna give this one another perfect score, really. I mean, what can I give it? I gotta give it a perfect score. 10 Playhouse Slaughters out of 10. So, really short review. Sorry about that. Sorry it had to be so quick, but man, I love this episode. This might be my personal favorite one so far, but like I said, the Fango death and the Frate death episodes were both really, really good too, and last episode was amazing as well. So there are a lot of episodes contending for the best one. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. So like if you did like the video, and comment down there and tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more 91 days, at least one more episode. I only think it's gonna last maybe one more, and honestly, it's looking like both Nero and Angelo will die. I can't really see either one of them living. I mean, all the people they cared about are dead, so unless they somehow come to some conclusion where they both are okay, and forgive each other or something, then they're both pretty much dying. I have no idea how either of them could survive their final confrontation, presumably next episode. But yeah, and also it seems like the shoe has been flipped to the other side now, with Nero having to go after the Galassias and Angelo for revenge for killing his family. So it's interesting how it's sort of flipped, and we're going to come to a head next episode and end it, I'm assuming. But either way, talk too much. Subscribe for more of that and more. Follow on Twitter if you want as well for stuff. And that's it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.